Hello everyone, as promised, I'm going to do a what sold video today for what sold between October 26th and November 1st, Sunday through Saturday. So let's just jump right in. So the first sale we have here was on October 26th. It was a Faherty, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, men's cove sweater, poncho, size medium, gray striped. I used the keywords boho, laid back surfer. And this one I showed actually in my thrift haul, my very first thrift haul. And but when I posted it, it actually sold less than a week for $65. And there was also this flaw right here. There's a little pulling of the strings and whatnot, and it still sold for $65. That is my listing asking price. And so it sold for $65. My order earnings was $52. My estimated cost of goods. I bought this one at a Unique, which is like the same brand as Savers. And so it's all on the same receipt, but I'm just rounding. So I rounded it either down or up. And so this one was $10. And so my profit for this was $42 in less than a week of being posted and buying it. So this is a really fantastic brand to pick up. It sold so quickly, and here's the brand. And I haven't looked too much into this brand. I know that it's very popular and retails a lot. This one retailed for $300, as I mentioned in my thrift haul. But I do think it's a really good brand to look out for. I haven't seen a lot of it, so this is my very first one of this brand. But less than a week for $65 with $42 profit, I'll take it. Okay, and so this was one of my very exciting sales this week. I have two. So my next one sold on October 26th. This one was far less interesting. It sold for $4, whopping $4. My order earnings was $1.95. I bought this, I want to say, probably over a year ago at a thrift store when I lived in a different area. I had bought it because it was linen. So this is for Cynthia women's linen, and I used keyword like cottagecore, and definitely not something that I would recommend. It took a really long time to sell, and I'm pretty sure I lost money. I don't remember how much I paid on this, so I just estimated that it was $3. So in which case, then I would have lost $1.05 from this one. But I was very happy to get it moved. I have the start time here as July 13, and this was because I relisted it. I refreshed it since it was a stale listing. And so I relisted it, and it still even took a while to sell even from that. But I think part of it was that it was a cold shoulder, this style right here. I think it used to be in, but it just isn't anymore. And then there's just better linen products, and I don't know anything about this brand. So, but you can see here, 65% linen. So generally linen in the summertime does pretty good, but not this one. So not too much to note here. Wouldn't recommend it. But it was a sale. Happy to get rid of it, even at a loss. At least I recouped something, $1.95 from it. Okay, and my next one here was my other very exciting sale. This one was bought the same day as that poncho sweater, the first sale from October 26th. This one sold on October 27th, also within less than a week of listing. This is a Spanx Women's Air Essentials V-neck brushed tunic sweater. You could use keywords like capsule, but this one I was at the same Unique or Savers, and this one I think was on a new rack coming out, and I saw it. I've bought Spanx before, but I've only bought their leggings, and their leggings I think I had like 2, maybe 3 of them did not do very well. So I have kind of stayed away from Spanx leggings personally. I don't know if there's newer items that can sell well, but this one looked very interesting to me because I never saw it before. I didn't know that they had this type of line where they sell, this is like travel wear, and it was so soft, so soft. In my thrift haul video, this was in the same thrift haul video as the very first one, and I talked about how soft it was and that I like almost wanted to keep it for myself. And I mean, it sold so quickly. I think $50 was an offer. I had it priced higher, but um, so for $50, my order earnings was $40, and my estimated cost of goods, I think I rounded this one up, was $11. So my total profit on this was $29 for this item in less than a week. And for me, that is just fantastic. I couldn't believe that both of these sold that quickly, and very excited about it. I think Air Essentials is a line in Spanx, so if you come across it, you may want to look it up. But so quickly, this went so quickly, and I already got a 5-star review from it. So awesome, awesome, awesome sale. And so this next one is a Lands' End puffer vest. This one sold on eBay on October 29th. And this one I bought at a garage sale this summer. I paid $5 for this. It is an extra small and not necessarily the best brand. So I don't necessarily think this was a good buy. However, this was one of the garage sales that I felt very bad to just walk there and not buy anything. And so I ended up buying a couple of these puffer vests. One I actually kept for myself. All of them were $5 a piece. I just thought they were very cute. I don't think extra small in Lands' End does very well. That's probably why this one, it it took what, maybe like 4 months to sell it, and the season. Of course, I posted it in the middle of summer, so no one's looking for a puffer vest in the middle of summer. But someone offered me $11 for this one, and I just decided to accept it, just because it's been sitting there for 4 months. And it's just so cute. And I thought if someone wants to use it, I'm glad that they are, because if it fit me, I probably would have kept it myself. So anyway, it sold for $11. My order earnings were $8.44, and my estimated cost of goods was $5. So my net profit on this is $3.44. So again, not something that I would necessarily recommend. If it was a larger size, perhaps this can do pretty good during this season. But yeah, extra small for Lands' End is just not something that you should probably do, even if it is cute. But that's okay. I'm glad for this sale. And the last one, also on October 29th of 2025. I don't know why I just told you the year there. We know that this is 2025. But it is this Patagonia men's blue knit pullover, quarter zip. I used some keywords, corpcore and minimalist. Um, this one I bought also during a summer garage sale. This one, I mentioned it in my last What Sold video. It was a bunch of resellers that basically didn't want to list these, and so they sold everything for $1. So I got this one for $1. I think they didn't want to deal with it because there was a lot of pilling on it, and so I just sweater shaved it, got it all, and so it still looked a little worn, which I did mention in the comments. But I got it to look pretty good compared to what it was. There was pilling all over the place, but so I'm glad that we could restore that purchase. This one sold for $25. My order earnings was $20, and my cost of goods was $1. So that was a $19 profit. So not too bad. I generally like to aim for 20. I obviously don't mind accepting less, but if I get around 20, very happy with that. This one probably took about 4 months to sell around. And so that's okay. I mean, it wasn't the season, obviously, in the summer. I actually refreshed this because it was sitting for over 90 days. And I think within the next day or two is when it actually sold. So Patagonia can be pretty good if um, just generally during like this season. I know like Patagonia puffer jackets are great, especially kids kind. And yeah, so if you come across the brand, I would just look it up and see, but it can be a really good brand to sell. And with that, the summary for my week is gross earnings of $122.39. Cost of goods estimated is $30, and so my net profit is $92.39, which I think is really good for me. It may not be good for other people, but considering what I normally do, I think this is actually quite well. I was very happy with all of my Poshmark sales. Those were $19 and above profit, which is really good for me. And for whatever reason, eBay sales have been slowing down. They haven't been that good. So my 2 sales this week were just not that great. I've gotten offers on 2 items this week on eBay. One retracted it and said that they found a different one, that they didn't want to buy it. And one, I had countered the offer. I'm not sure that I should have countered the offer, but both of the items that I got offers on were my last thrift haul video, which I was really excited to see interest in them, especially that quickly. Especially like these, how they flipped within less than a week. That's amazing. And so the fact that I did get interest in those made me feel like I was on the right track with that thrift haul. So next week, I do not believe that I'll be able to do a what sold video right away, but I am hoping within the next 2 or 3 weeks I'll catch up for the next what sold video, so you guys can follow along and see what in my thrift hauls and prior thrift hauls have sold. And I'm hoping to get up a video on the arbitrage I was talking about in one of my previous videos this week. That's hopefully it'll be on my channel. So if you want to follow along, please subscribe. If not, totally okay. And I think that is all that I have for you. And with that, have a great week, everyone.